I've come to realize that a lot of people in life are chasing perfectionism. But perfection don't exist. It don't exist. Like you'll be chasing that forever. There's no such thing as perfection. You can work towards perfection, but being perfect, never happening. And I find that so interesting just because I feel like society is pushing that. Like, I was talking to my mentor the other day, and he shared a screenshot of Jeff Bezos talking about the cost of originality. And how you low-key be persecuted for being different. You really do. They want you to be the same. And I think this perfectionism mindset that's low-key being pushed, people are feeding into it. You know, you got people who teeth are standard, they're good, and they're getting veneers. Like, you didn't really need that. But there's a certain look that you have in your mind, and it may be because of somebody else that you saw that did it, and you're like, oh, I want that. And for me, that's why I'm on the journey that I'm on of authenticity and simplicity, for real. Like, I ain't doing no crazy edits on my videos. I post what I feel and keep it pushing. And if you rock with it, you rock with it. You write a comment, cool. And if you don't, cool. That ain't no thing. But if everybody is chasing perfectionism, and perfectionism or perfection, then you're all gonna, like, everybody's gonna be the same. Because everybody's trying to be perfect. And that's the crazy thing. I don't think there are different levels, different definitions of perfect. Everybody, I think, can say that perfection is just perfection. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if everybody's chasing perfection, high key, everybody's trying to be the same. And that is weird to me. That irks me. I don't rock with it. I can't get jiggy with it. I don't want to be like anybody else. And there's no need to be like anybody else. There's no need. The more you lean into you, the more success that you have. You look at anybody. Any of the trailblazers, the people we consider legends, they went out on a limb. They took a chance on themselves and being themselves. And I wish more people in this generation was okay with that. Pursuing distinction. And being unique. It makes me think about Timothy Chalamet, because he's the talk of the town right now. Love him. Shout out to you, Tim, if you ever see this. He just him. He's so him. Like, the thought came into my mind because I seen him on a red carpet for A Complete Unknown, and he had an all pink outfit on. I don't remember who the designer was, but he was dressed down. Whereas a lot of people who go on carpets and stuff like that, they be wearing suits and all of that. And to me, I couldn't knock it. I just loved it so much because it's like, man, you so real. You're so you. You don't care what anybody is doing. You're not looking to your left or to your right. You like, nah, bruh, this is what I want to wear. And because I'm the star, you can't tell me nothing. And more people have to get to that realization without having the validation of being in whatever position. So, like, if Tim never had a complete unknown to be the lead in, him still being able to show up to any event with this type of confidence, this type of mentality is fire. And they've been talking about his speech, and how in his speech he not going the false humility route. He is stating his desire and showing respect and honor to the ones before him. He was like, I'm in pursuit of greatness. And I rock with that so heavily because, like he said in the speech, this industry and this medium, speaking about acting, is so subjective. Some people can hate a movie that other people love and rave about. And performances are also in that category. You can love somebody's performance and then you can hate somebody else's. But the person that you hated, the performance that you hated, they end up winning an award for. That's just the way that it goes. And for Tim to still express honestly, authentically, genuinely, like, man, I really just want to be a great in this game. You can't do nothing but tip your hats to him and respect him for that admission. And I think if more people operated like that, the level of freedom that you feel from it, like, it's really, I can't fully put it into words, but once you have that type of mentality, I think everything that you do exponentially gets better as well too, because you're so free. There's a freedom to caring, to showing that you care. I think nonchalance has become a regular. It's become a norm in this society, and that truly freaking sucks. I care. And it's crazy because I've actually been told that I care too much. And I don't really feel like that's a thing. I don't think you can care too much. I think you can be too nice. All right? So that's one thing that I've worked on, and I implore y'all who are watching to think on. Don't be nice. Be kind to yourself first and then to others. Don't put others before you. There's just such a freedom to showing how much something or someone means to you. That's how you continue to remind yourself that life is worth living. To go out and experience for the first time, or the third time, or the fifth time. Like, I always think back to The Alchemist. And I've been putting off finishing it because of how much I enjoy it. Me being in the midst of it and talking to my boys about it. And the level of intensity that I get from reading it. And that intensity comes from the deeper revelation that I get the more that I read it, the later I read it in life. It's so fantastic. It is awe-inspiring. It's so amazing to be able to revisit something, and it has this ability to reignite and reinvigorate you and how you feel about yourself and your life. It truly, truly matters. And to think that there are people who haven't had that experience yet, it's like, you missing out on so much greatness. So much greatness. And when I think about Tim and him saying he's in pursuit of greatness, I don't think the greatness has to do with others at all. I think the greatness has to do with a person being better than the past version of themselves. being better than who they were last week, last month, last year. And it's so inspirational, so aspirational to witness. Like, we the same age. And to finally see somebody that is on a wave that I feel like I've been on for a cool minute. I'm just not on the stage to be able to show where I am in my journey. Other than right here, right now, on YouTube that you're watching. You know, it is cool to see like-minded people. And I knew I rocked with Tim. I knew I rocked with Tim the moment that I met him. I was like, I rock with this dude. I really do. This dude is cool. I don't fully know why, but I do. It was like a spirit-to-spirit situation. And to see the speech, the snippet that I saw, it's like, this is exactly why you own. This is exactly why you win it. Because you're you. And you've been you from jump. That's the first thing I peeped from him. My man is super real, super authentic, super genuine. Met him one time, dapped him up. Yo, Tim, hey, come on. And now we chopping it up like we boys. Like, and there was nothing fake about it. And I think that not every interaction requires you to exchange numbers or Instagrams. Sometimes the moment just gotta be what the moment is. And you gotta live in it and be present. Sometimes, and you gotta find that balance for you. I think I'm coming into that balance for me. I'm figuring it out. And it's a journey. And to look back and see how far you've come, and to look forward and to see how much closer you are to that goal that you want to achieve, it's nothing like it. It's one of the sweetest things. It's one of the sweetest things because of how difficult it may have been on the road to achieving that goal. And once you achieve that goal, it's like, I remember how hard I worked for this. I remember nights that I wanted to give up. It was nights that I didn't even want to start. And I had community around me to push me. I had, instances with strangers who wanted to push me, knowing that this is all orchestrated by God. It's all written by the same hand. And to see those ideas in The Alchemist and then see it translate in real life, what? You want to talk about mind-blowing? It's like, hey, yo, this is too much. But it also lets you know how connected we all are, how connected the world is. I always say the world is big, but it's so small, because you can't tell me it's 7 billion people in the world and you run into the people that you run into consistently just by coincidence. That's not how it works. You were meant to meet this person and interact with them, and if it turns into, a longer lasting relationship, that was meant to happen. Like me running into Tim and being able to chop it up with him, and then to see his growth. So the next time I see him, being like, hey, what's up, man? Like, you really doing your thing. I'm proud of you. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sure he's gonna take from that and just be so appreciative. You could tell he just got so much gratitude. He don't take it for granted at all. He like, I'm here. I'm ready to put my foot on next. And the next don't have to be other people's necks. Like I said earlier, the neck can be his own. Like, nah, we not gonna ever think that we are supposed to be here. It's not an expectation. It's something that you work towards. And then when it happens, it's like, okay, I deserve this because of the work that I put in. As opposed to just being like, man, you seen me in these couple movies. You know what it is. It's like, nah. You always got to keep that work ethic up. You always got to keep it up. it's just so inspirational, y'all. I'm just so inspired to continue to be, to continue to create, to continue to do, and continue to live, y'all. That's what this is all about. I don't care what's going on in politics, not to sound like, oh, it doesn't affect me. Of course it affects you. But I'm saying that in the space or the mindset of not allowing it to lower your vibrations and your ability to have fun, because to be honest, a lot of this stuff is not in our control. We are audience members in a theater watching this play out. And yeah, you vote on things and stuff like that, but the decision is going to be what the decision is going to be, regardless, whether you casted the vote or not. Now, that's not going to stop me from casting my vote, because my people most definitely worked hard to even have that right. So I am going to, for the sake of their sacrifice, absolutely cast my vote. But you already know. They already know who they want. You know what I'm saying? So to know that, but to not let it bog you down. Like, it could be this giant monster. And you're in this overwhelming spiral of doom. And it's like, bruh, how much time are you wasting? What could that energy actually be directed toward? Like, I got this old school camera that I've been showing y'all on my TikTok. I gotta shoot a video and put it on YouTube for y'all to see. But I love this camera so much, y'all. It's something about the feel of it. It just makes me want to create, continue to film and edit and put it out without an expectation of how it's being received. It's like, man, I'm just putting it out here. If you rock with it, cool. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you don't, that's cool too. This ain't for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And if you walk in life with that mentality, I think you'll save yourself a lot more heartache. You can't be liked by everybody. Why would you want to be liked by everybody? Because now it's not enough to go around. It never is. And that's cool. And then, you know, you get deeper and analyze why people don't like you. And that is a separate thing in itself. It's like, oh, you don't like me because you don't like what I represent. You don't like that I'm a beacon of light, hope. And you are so wrapped up in this darkness that it irritates you. It irks your nerves. You can't stand the person, but the person ain't never did nothing wrong to you. That should be a sign for you to look in the mirror and be like, damn, okay, what does this say about me? What does this say about the current version of me? Because that's not who you truly are. That is not your best self. That's not your truest self. That's the self that's you right now. Man. I really do hope that y'all get as much from this as I get from this. This is therapy for me. And I'm not saying that as a way to substitute therapy, because I think therapy is necessary. But just for me, it's a way to release, to let go, and continue to flow. There are no blocks in me anymore. I truly feel like I was supposed to... I agreed to do the artist way with my homegirl, Aaliyah. And I stopped after the first week because I realized that this wasn't impacting me in the way that I feel that it's supposed to. And I only read the first week. In seeing that is for people who feel blocked. And I don't. I feel free. I feel like it's flowing. I feel like that spontaneous light and trigger to go outside and shoot something and then come back and throw it in DaVinci and edit it and make it cool and dope and then just put it out for the world to see. And then just go about my day, not thinking about like, dang, I hope they really like this. I hope the algorithm does this and does that. It's like, no, that takes away from it. Like, art is meant to be created, made, and then you dip. And whoever feels something from that, they have that opportunity to share. They come back to you and they share it, and you're like, that is the reward right there. Somebody being like, man, that really hit. Like watching my videos, whoever's behind this screen, watching my videos and leaving a comment about how impactful this is, how much you needed to hear this, how my delivery is that, how I make it so easy to understand. Like I really, 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 really appreciate it. I want y'all to know that. I don't just say, oh, I appreciate it. No, I really do. Because I know in today's time how hard it is to acknowledge that. And whether I'm of status or not, everybody needs those words to know exactly what it is that they're creating and making, the impact that's being left and felt by the ones who are digesting it, who are enjoying it. This art that was made out of spontaneity, no real direction, just like, hey, let's get behind the camera and let's shoot. Let's just rapid fire, brainstorm. There is a beauty in that. And I just urge y'all to lean into it. Lean into the things that scare you. Lean into the things that you hesitate in doing. Because in that hesitation lets you know that it really could be the thing that changes your life forever. So really, really take a second to look at what is going on in your life and what's surrounding that. I feel like I echo the same things, but it all correlates. It all connects. And that's what I was talking about with the world. Synchronicity. We are all connected, whether we know it or not. Whether we know it or not, we are all connected. So go out, do something that you've been wanting to do, that you're scared to do, hesitant. I don't know if I should. Yep. That should be your indicator that you absolutely should. And do it without a second thought. It's like when you're at the pool and you dip your toe in and you see that the water is cold. You have a decision after you dip that toe. All right, so I dipped my toe, the water was cold. What am I going to do? Am I going to try and slowly dip my whole body in there? Or I'm about to jump head first? Feet first, head first. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hit your head or nothing like that. Safety. Because they say no diving at the pool all the time. But you get the metaphor or the analogy. Like, you got to just jump. You got to just jump. And that's the space that I'm in. Just jump, y'all. Just jump. Just do it. Go for it. You really don't have nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. Everything to gain. So remember that. Y'all already know what it is. I'm about to eat the rest of this food. Peace and love, baby.